We're back selling in the U.S. Yes, yes, yes! You heard that right here at Prime Time Cruise and Travel Central. And we are still delivering the vacations you know and love. Let's get to it. As we continue selling, we've been able to offer healthy and safe vacays to all of our guests. Before though, we say, welcome aboard. Yes! To book guests, we would like to share our health and safety protocols for our sailings departing the U.S. or Bahamas home ports in September 2021. This includes the recent advisement from the Bahamian government that cruise ships will only be permitted to enter a Bahamian port, including private destinations, if all passengers ages 12 and older are fully vaccinated. While we are ready to deliver an amazing vacay to all of our guests, we do want to share the health and safety protocols so you can better be assisted by your TA. If booked guests do not want to follow these protocols, they are happy at the Royale to provide you guys with a refund or move your selling into the future when circumstances may have evolved. Currently, the enclosed info that I'm going to share pertains to sailings departing U.S. or Bahamas home ports in September 2021. Healthy and safety protocols are subject to change. Be mindful. And as these occur, we're committed to updating you guys. Starting with pre-cruise requirements. Vaccinations. All guests 12 years and older must bring proof of vaccination, such as the U.S. Centers CDC COVID-19 vaccination record card, with the final dose of the vaccine completed at least 14 days before sailing. Moving on to testing. All guests, this is for all guests, you guys are required to take a pre-cruise test. All guests aged 2 and older, regardless of your vaccination status or the length of your cruise, will need to take a COVID-19 test. The two categories for the COVID-19 test are the PCR or the antigen test. Those are the two types. With an accredited test provider, such as a drugstore chain or diagnostic lab, no more than 3 days before arriving at the terminal, and show your negative test result upon arriving. The results can be printed out or can be presented on your phone, such as the email result from your test provider. Costs associated with this test is your responsibility. Kids, ages 2 through 11. Additional testing. Any addition to pre-cruise tests, kids will take 1 or 2 more tests, depending on the length of the cruise. Royal Caribbean's test provider will administer these tests at no cost to you guests. At the terminal, for all cruises, kids will take a complimentary PCR test when checking in at the terminal. Registration details will be sent via email in advance. Prior to disembarking, for cruises that are 5 nights or longer, kids will take a complimentary antigen test on board before the cruise ends. Vaccinated guests who require a COVID-19 test for re-entry into their country may receive one on board as well. Guests will be notified on board about how to register for this test. Guests under 2 years of age will not be tested. When going ashore, at the Royale, they worked with local tour operators to ensure that they follow our healthy sale at the Royale, their healthy sale panel health guidelines for all shore excursions. These tours are available at a variety of price points and may be purchased in advance on Cruise Planner. Tour requirements. No tours required for vaccinated guests. Fully vaccinated parties may book a shore excursion or visit the port freely. Tours for families. Families traveling with unvaccinated kids must purchase a local tour through Royal Caribbean if they want to go ashore. This applies to all ports of call except Perfect Day at Coco Cay and Port Canaveral, Florida. Tours recommended in Port Canaveral, Florida. For ships that stop at Port Canaveral, we strongly recommend that families traveling with unvaccinated kids purchase a local tour through Royal Caribbean if they want to go ashore. No tours required at Perfect Day. Tours or planned activities are not required of any guest who wants to go ashore at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, our private destination here at the Royale. Mask guidelines. Here's our current mask guidance for all guests, except those under the age of 2 years who do not need to wear a mask at any time. Masks are not required to be worn in open air areas of the ship unless you are in a crowded setting, in the pool, or any activity where they may become wet. At venues designated for vaccinated guests only, such as select bars, lounges, restaurants, and shows. In your stateroom, when you are with your traveling party, while visiting our private destination, Perfect Day at Coco Cay, unless you are in a crowded setting. Masks are required to be worn while indoors in public areas of the ship, unless seated and actively eating or drinking. While visiting public ports of call, where local regulations may require them. Dining. All dining areas will feature spaced, sanitized seating. Nearly all restaurants and cafes will be available to all guests, though a select few specialty restaurants may be reserved for vaccinated guests only. Other venues aboard the ship. If any guests has sailed with the Royale before, then you'll notice there are fewer guests on board, letting you guys ease back into vacation mode. The ship's venues are set up to easily allow for physical distancing, and there will be signage to guide you guys all over the ship. Theaters and activity venues will offer space seating and more show times. Some events will be reserved for vaccinated guests only. You guys, as guests, should make your show reservations once on board using the Royal Caribbean app. What to bring? Travel docs, checklist, passport, check, or pass card, check, valid for at least 6 months after your cruise. It is strongly recommended. If you do not have a passport, you may present a state-certified U.S. birth certificate, not a baby feed hospital certificate or baptismal paper. Guests age 16 years and older that present a birth certificate will also need to provide a valid DL or government-issued picture ID. A COVID-19 vaccination record card for all guests 12 years of age and older. A negative PCR test or antigen test for COVID-19 for all guests 2 years and older is required. This test must be taken within 3 days of the sailing date and before arriving to the terminal. Please do not get stuck out trying to take a test at the terminal. Please check all of your safety and health protocols with either your TA, me here, Chrissy, or if you book directly, contact Royal Caribbean or visit the website. Proper docs, printed negative test results or negative test results presented on your phone from an accredited lab. No, doctor's notes is required to sell. All costs for this test are you guys' responsibility. Know that. And must be done on your own time, not at the terminal. For Bahamas home port only. Bahamas Health Visa is required for entry by the local government for all guests 18 years and older. Guests under 18 need to be added to a parent or guardian's visa profile. For additional protocol info, please contact here again, me, Chrissy, your TA over here at BHD Travel via Prime Time Cruise and Travels Intro. Or if you book directly through the Royale, you can contact them directly or visit the website www.royalcaribbean.com. Please note that health protocols are expected to change over time. So stay in contact and in great communication with your TA or with the Royale staff. Guidance for other ports and sailings is still in development with federal, state, and local authorities. We will update you, as I stated, as protocols change. As Royale updates us, the TAs at BHG Travel, and then we will update you guys. Or again, make sure that you're following along at www.royalcaribbean.com. I would recommend that you if you book directly with Royal Caribbean, you do not want to miss your cruise. Please check the website. I would recommend you check it weekly because updates are constantly changing, especially because of this third strand, this COVID-19 third strand. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoy. I hope this was very informational for you guys. And so again, if you have any Q&As, please do not hesitate to give me a call.